All right, how we all doing today? So I wanted to do a video shout out for Joe X. He also has a channel called Joe X Explorer. I'm a big fan of all of his work. He's a truther, he's a friend. I would consider him a friend anyway. He'd be welcome in my camp any day. Okay? So, what I'm gonna do is some extreme batoning. I got a lot of cold steels laid out, many of them custom rebuilt by me. Probably do some extreme batoning, firewood processing there in honor of Joe X. I don't expect he'll show up, and be in the comments or anything, but that's all okay and fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with that. You can find his videos in my community posts. Go definitely give him some support if you can. Watch his videos, all kinds of good material. So a couple of years ago, he had some serious trouble caused by some of his neighbors. I'm not going to go into that. You can go watch his old videos and find out all about that stuff. And some of the same things that happened to Joe X a couple of years ago also happened to me. And I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. I'm just going to have some fun splitting some firewood, give Joe X a good friendly shout out, and keep moving forward. There we are. Let me get into it. The old D17 is going to split some oak. Now that's some old oak from the creek bottom. It might be a little bit on the dry and just starting to rot side, but it's still really tough stuff. So this is not stuff that you do with normal knives, all right? Let's get right to it. That's a 12-inch blade there, so you can see that we're probably talking, I don't know, 10 inches across there on that log. And there's a nice piece of firewood for you right there, ready for the wood stove. No problem. Into the bucket back over yonder that way. All right. There you have it. Of course, we're going to start at the edge and be reasonable about this, okay? But being this a Joe X shout out, let's now go right towards the center there, shall we? See what we can do. There you have it. No problem for the D17. Just a wood splitting wedge when I do this kind of thing. And there you have it, just like that. That'll go right into wood stove, no problem, my friends. Like Joe would say. There. All right. I'll split that down a little more. Just like a hatchet, just like an axe. Only just quite a bit more user friendly. That's why we like our big knives. In a lot of situations, they're just simply more capable, more powerful than a hatchet or an axe of the same exact size and weight. If that knife is purposely built to do task. And that's what I built the D17 to do. And as you can see, it has been doing this for years. No problem. There you are. D17. Let's get the up and coming, equally famous, the DK D-Guard Kukri. Is a 52-100 that I won from Stick and Tea a little over a year ago, getting close to about a year and a half ago. No chipping, no chunks, no nothing. The blade, the cold steel got the blade just fine, right there in the tang area. After a couple of months of processing firewood like this, snapped the tang and the handle off like a toothpick, which was fine with me because, you know, I know what to do in such a situation. I know how to weld. Know how to weld. I know the heat from that welding does not soften the tempering of that blade at all. I've proven that for years. All right, let's pause up and take a break here. Okay, let's split a little bit more with my rebuilt trench hawk. I welded a steel handle onto that trench hawk. Excellent firewood tool. That didn't work so good. There you have it. Got her. Good old cutlass. Very capable of this stuff as well, within reason. You know, if I had to leave home with just one real live sword, you know, it would be the good old cold steel cutlass. And you can fight with it too. Very lively in the hand, especially when you take a little bit of that weight off the end, like you kind of need to with the cold steel. Cold steel, they have them built quite a bit more heavy than they need to be, as you can see. But that makes for a very practical tool and weapon. A lot of this good stuff from cold steel. All right. I got one more knife to show off. My good old D7. Welded D guard onto a Recon Scout. Of course, very capable. We'll do a point split there on that one. Just like that. I'll keep processing a little bit more of this stuff down like that. That's what I like about my D guards. Very very nice to use. I'm gonna pause out and we're gonna prep up a little bit of tinder and have a little fire up for Joe X. Okay, let's light a fire. Little fat wood start up here. Clean that spine. Come on. There we go. That's more like it. I think that's working. Good old fat wood, huh? Kind of just a Lincoln log, fire play, some nice Siberian elm. I think that'll work just fine, huh? Let's take a closer look. Then we'll wrap this video up, I think. Yeah, still going. There's the old cold steel trail boss. We didn't get to see that in action, but you've seen plenty of axe work, plenty of knife work on this video. Cutlass sword, splitting some firewood. You don't see that everywhere. All right, before I run out of storage space and lose this video, we'll have this kind of fun on the next one. Thanks for being there, everyone. Hope Joe shows up, but you know, if not, we understand. It's all good. Y'all take care out there. Thanks for watching.